Hey, this is Bitch Face, and welcome to the Dicks Out podcast.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Changing the name, baby.
This is Sarah, and welcome back to Weeb Sports. Tonight I'm joined, I'm here with my co-host, Evan.
Yo.
Casey's here too.
Yeah, I'm fucking here, dog.
It has been a day, guys.
Hell yeah. I don't know if that's a
Yeah.
hell
You
yeah.
guys have anything good for dinner?
What did you end up having?
Oh, fuck, I didn't eat dinner.
Oh, neither did I.
Last thing I had was the pasta for lunch. We went to the diner and got pasta
Well,
for
actually,
lunch.
I didn't have dinner. Probably like dinner at like 5:30, so it didn't feel like dinner. Too early for dinner.
That's
My day's
dinner,
been
though.
whack as shit. I fell asleep around like 6:30. I woke up at like 8:30.
That is so in character for you.
Yeah. My mom came into my room. She's like, Evan, are you okay? Like, it's night. Like, why are you taking a nap? I'm like, I don't know. Well, actually, it was much less coherent than that. I was having one of those weird, like, afternoon nap dreams.
Yeah, I know what you like. The amount of times I walk back into our dorm and you're asleep at 5 p.m. and then at like 11 you're like, oh, you want to talk about JoJo's? I'm just like, the fuck, dude?
I mean, yeah, I was kind of falling asleep then. I'm like, okay, I know if I don't want to be a fucking sloth during the recording tonight, I gotta get some sleep in now.
This is the same exact energy, but at 10 instead of 11.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Anyway, what are we talking about tonight?
Sarah, what do you got?
Okay. Well, okay. First of all, I just want to say so. Evan talks about the weeb, Casey talks about the sports, and I'm gonna cleanse your palate and talk about something other than that because sometimes you need a little spice in your life. So I got this idea for tonight's topic by watching the Misfits podcast. Hashtag shout out to them.
They're good.
I love Swagger Souls. Oh my god, I would die for Swagger Souls.
We should get a bot that reads shit out in his voice.
His voice sends me. Oh my gosh,
It's good. It's very good.
It's like a point of view, and like in the middle of the video, you're just sitting at a dinner table with him, and he lights a candle, and like a soft, sexy saxophone is playing in the background, and he reaches across the table and grabs your hand. Sends me every time. I watch that sometimes just to feel special. No comment.
I'm just observing.
Hey, sometimes you just need that in your life. Okay, if you can't have it like in person,
That's fair enough.
But like I said,
all I do is I just do the soft, sexy saxophone. I don't do any of the other parts. I just play the soft.
We're well aware you don't do any of the other parts.
Shut up, dude!
Whoa.
I'm trying to talk about my alto playing. It's the cheesiest thing you've ever heard.
Yeah, goodbye pork pie hat.
I have to say "va" because that's the only accurate way to describe my alto sound.
Va.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. So
Swagger Souls.
Swagger Souls. Oh, I love that man. Okay.
This is the episode. It's just an hour and a half of someone says Swagger Souls and Sarah's like, oh.
Sarah just started a motorcycle on her microphone and thought we wouldn't notice.
Swagger Souls. Oh my
Swagger
God.
Souls.
He's gonna hear this and be like, what the fuck? Like,
I know.
Everybody
Swagger Souls, if you ever hear this, I just want to let you know I appreciate your shock humor so much. And your voice.
Have you ever seen no one's ever seen his face? Like most people not many people can be like anonymous online, and he's not, but like no one has seen his face. Truly.
Yeah.
Like even in live recordings of podcasts. I think it's Lunch Club or something that he was on a couple times. He wears the fucking it's not the Crusader mask. That's not what they're called. He wears the chainmail.
He wears the helmet too.
Yes.
There's videos of the Misfits podcast where they're essentially like the video on YouTube, and they just don't show him at all when he talks because I guess he has his helmet off or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but okay, let's get on to the actual topic for tonight.
Okay,
so I'm gonna ask you a question, and then we're just gonna have a discussion about this. Are you ready?
Okay. Will Joe Rogan ask?
Sarah has fun with Joe Rogan.
I've never listened to an episode of Joe Rogan in my life.
Neither have I.
Haven't either.
I don't plan to. Joe Rogan, if you're watching this, I don't know how I feel about you.
So what are our
Generally
feelings
bad.
of Joe Rogan? Do we have a feeling of Joe Rogan on this podcast? Can we
He looks like
decide
if
on
Billy
that?
Joel could kill people.
Oh my
Well,
god.
After Billy Joel was the main focus of last night's discussion about height.
Yeah. Another night of Billy Joel.
All right, Billy Joel's
Back to
5'5",
back,
for
Billy.
anybody who forgot.
Wow. Okay. I'm
People are gonna be
okay.
like, "This was a week ago." No,
I was gonna say yeah,
we
because
do,
we're releasing
we do
this.
these back to back because we got nothing going on.
We're
on
just
the weekends.
backlogging this, John.
It's a Friday night, and for the fourth week in a row, I'm alone at home on a Friday night.
I have listened to The Ascension by Sufjan Stevens, which came out today. Phenomenal. Way to date this episode. I have listened to that album like 4 times today. It is incredible. It gets better with every listen. But that's not what we're here to talk about. I
Yeah,
still don't know what we're here to talk about.
Yeah, let's just say I haven't told us yet. So let's let her
Okay.
get around to it.
Are you ready? Question of the day. Our discussion is: what if humans were born with fully functional wings?
That would be cool.
You mean like Maximum Ride shit? I hate those books.
Like think of like angel wings, but like we could actually fly and like
See, the
Yeah.
question I have, here's
Like
the
that.
main thing, because we're gonna have to of course put caveats on all of this stuff, because I'm like a genie from like a stereotypical genie who's like, well, there must be a negative to this. There's got to be a catch. How much energy does it take to fly with these specific wings?
See, that's a good question. Because like I think it's like that brings into the topic of like, so if we did have wings, like would you be able to fly if you weren't healthy? Like think of like if you were extremely overweight. I don't think your wings would be able to support your body weight. Like the
I do
healthier you
want to see
are,
a
the
video
farther
of that
distance
though.
that you can fly.
I want to see like Andy Reid just like get up and stand up on top of a building and is like, I got my wings, I'm gonna fly, and then he just jumps off and he's like repeatedly trying to flap, and then he just like lands, he splats. That was really dark, but it's funny when you see
Paul
Andy
Blart
Reid.
dead on arrival.
Paul Blart,
That's
Paul
the
Cop.
Paul Blart Mall Cop 3 Dead on Arrival.
Okay, no. So I was thinking about this recently. Not this specifically, but I sort of was. I've been reading My Hero Academia, and everything ties back into My Hero Academia. And there's one guy in that series, and he's this dude. He's called Hawks, and Hawks is the shit. I love Hawks. He's great. And as you can see, I'm sending them a picture of Hawks for you listening at home. Hawks has those big ass red wings. But the thing is, he doesn't flap them like a normal bird. Like the wings, his quirk, his power is to control the feathers, like with his mind. So he can use them like swords. But he just basically levitates himself with magic. He doesn't actually flap the wings. So are you thinking your wings thing works like that? Or does it work like birds? And I just
I'm
took us
thinking
on a
like
massive
birds.
Okay.
I was
birds.
thinking that she was going for birds here.
Because Hawks can use them like swords.
Swords? Like
Yes.
stab somebody?
You see how he has like the big ass feathers? Like he can detach his feathers at will. And
Oh,
they're
okay. The
really
detachment part is what I was kind of wondering about.
Yeah, every
like-
single feather. He has a certain number of them. I don't remember how many off the top of my head. But when he flies, he's just manipulating every single feather on his body at once to levitate himself into the air.
Also, by the way, that is Andy Reid. That is who I mentioned earlier.
I could see he kind of looks like Hawks.
What?
He kind of looks like Hawks.
Andy Reid is an overweight football coach with a weird
Look
mustache.
at Hawks and look at Andy Reid and tell me I'm wrong.
The only thing I
He
see
reminds
is
me of a
similar to
walrus.
red. Yes, Andy Reid's a walrus. There we go. We're getting an actual comparison here. As opposed to My Hero Academia
I am
character.
the
It's just because
walrus.
I think he looks like Hawks.
Andy Reid was a head coach for the Eagles actually for a
I
while.
know
Look at
who
this. We made it
Andy
Weeb and sports already, Sarah. You could not distract from the Weeb and sports. Dread it. Run from it. Destiny still arrives. And by destiny, I mean the title of the podcast.
Gamer.
Yeah, but say like humans had wings. The thing is, that there'd be how much effort does it take, because we don't have hollow bones. So this is assuming that these wings are functional, right? Like we can fly with them.
Yeah.
So that would mean these have to be like the most powerful fucking wings, because they have to lift so much more relative body mass than like the wings of a bird. because the wings of a bird only have to lift the hollow bones of a bird, and they've got to lift the very not hollow bones of a human.
That's actually a really, really good point.
So they'd be the first. I think that they'd be gigantic, and we'd have to resize all our buildings with like 20-foot ceilings to make room for our gigantic wings.
Exactly.
Like, you ever been like a cathedral? Like, every building is a cathedral, like size-wise. In Italy, there's cathedrals everywhere. Like, straight up, we were in Venice, and it felt like every like 3 blocks, it's like, oh, there's a cathedral. That would be the most beautiful landmark in all of Pennsylvania if it was in Pennsylvania. And it's like every like couple blocks, it's just like, oh, there's a cathedral. That is a beautiful landmark that's thousands of years old. Just another fucking work of art that is like stunning in every way. It's just like, it's just another one of those. What the hell? This is the most, like, my little sister was like, we got to take a picture in front of this. This is beautiful. It's like, we've passed 4 of them. We've been here for 20 minutes. You'll see another 30 before we leave. Shut up.
Wow.
She didn't have much faith that you would see another one, did she?
I hate you. I can tell people.
I can't even explain why that joke lands. Unless
I can explain it. I'm okay with it. I'm licensing her rights. I'll text her and be like, hey, your name's in this podcast. Her name's Faith.
Okay.
That's not even her whole name, so I can't. That's not even right. Like, I can't expose her, really.
Okay, that's fair.
So yeah, boom. But yeah, her name's Faith. So that was a good joke, Evan.
Thank you.
All right, so I'm trying to think of like the way I could probably do some math on exactly how big and like strong these wings needed to be, but I think that what's going to happen is that flying would be like running, and nobody would want to do it because it's running.
Mm.
Like,
so
we can run.
You think we just have these massive fucking wings, so we wouldn't even use them?
I feel like people wouldn't use them, and if the people that did use them would be like, it'd be like that guy who rides a 10-speed bike that you know. Like, everybody seems to fucking know, because I know 2 of them that are like, yeah, dude, I ride a bike everywhere, and I wear like this fucking tight ass outfit, and it's a great way to stay in shape, man. You should do it. Like, you want to come bike this trail with me? It's 15 miles long. 40 people died there yesterday. Let's go. Like, that'll be like those guys, but they'll be flying.
But like, don't you think it would be cool? Like, if you had to go to the grocery store, you just like step outside your house and you fly 2 minutes and you're there.
Well, I think what would happen, because the corollary of what I'm saying is the people who need to be in shape to fly would be the people who could stand on the ground and flap and get up. I think we would glide. I think we just build buildings with big old elevators in them, and then you just fly. You just glide places, and there'd be like towers that you could stop at and then go up higher to get more lift to fly, get farther again. Like, I feel like that would be a thing. We would glide places.
Interesting. I think it would be so freaking cool just to like be able to jump off a building and not die.
You just be able to jump off of it. Just cut there.
It would be. Damn it! You're so lucky I don't have an actual synth, because I would so start doing that thing that both of you hate that I do all the time now, and start playing Jump by Van Halen.
Did you see Cassie Meow's story the other day? She was like,
"Yeah, that was me."
Yeah, I know.
Because, by the way, so
I texted her about it. I'm like, "That's Casey DeCarlo," and she's like, "Yeah."
All right, hold on. I need to provide context. So I checked the time when I saw that tweet. It was 11:15. At 11:09 a.m. that day, I tweeted out, "Yes, I'm playing Jump by Van Halen on the piano in a practice room right now. That's just my mental state at the moment. Further bulletins as events warrant."
Gaming.
That is. And then like 5 minutes later, I see Cassie post that, and so I went down. I was like, "Cassie, where are you?" She's like, "Oh, I'm in 200R." And so I knocked down the way, and I knocked on her door. I held up my phone. I knocked, and I held up my phone. And she just came over.
Knock the fucking door down. Andy.
I did that Big Bird meme where just blow the door up.
I was thinking the Kool-Aid Man.
Oh yeah, and then just hold out my phone. That's what happened. Yeah. Also, I'll ask her if we can use her name in this, because I feel like she'd be chill because we're talking about her in a positive light. I'm gonna text her real quick.
You guys have made something horrific to prove a point.
Hold on. Oh, Jesus Christ, Evan. I feel like, okay, you know what? That's going to be one of the images that I use for the logo. So this is going to be the image that's on the right.
Andy Reid with Hawks' wing.
And if you're listening to this on Spotify, watch it on YouTube so you can see this
I'm
image.
so sorry. Yeah, we're on Spotify. We're also on YouTube. We're on nothing else because I don't know how to fucking set up Apple Podcasts.
Apple
I'm
Podcasts
working
is
on
hard. Apple Podcasts is
I'll
hard.
get it on there. I want it on there because Apple Podcasts is like how I listen to podcasts. Because I don't like Spotify.
I listen to podcasts and I don't, so I wouldn't know.
Wait, do either of you actually listen to podcasts?
No, I don't.
Sarah, what about you?
Oh. Oh no. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Sorry. My headphone jack came out of my laptop and I didn't even notice.
Oh, really?
But yeah, I do listen to podcasts and I use Spotify.
Oh. Cool. Have you seen my aberration of a creation?
No.
It's
Look at
horrible,
it.
and my eyes are scarred.
Oh wait, yeah, that thing. It looks like a cat. He looks like a cat with wings. Like a big ass tomcat, like a fatty fuck.
A fucking cobby ass face.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, we're doing nothing tonight.
Okay. I have
It's fine.
another point.
That's not a judge on you. Your episode's going
I
incredibly
have
well.
another point. Okay, so if we were to fly, you know how birds shit everywhere? Could we now shit everywhere?
No,
there'd
because we
still
would be flying with our stomachs towards the ground and asses up.
Will they piss everywhere though? If we're guys, we can just have it we can do that.
Crop dust.
Girls can do that
Crop
too.
dust.
Yeah, girls.
Hyperspace ain't like crusted crops, boy.
Oh my god, that would be a new fetish, having sex. He just hovers above you, flapping his wings, and he just pisses on you.
Jesus Christ, Sarah!
That's like a fetish thing. It's like having a swinger party. You get a bunch of people who get out in a field, and one guy just flies over and pisses on everybody from above. They call it the fireman. They call it the fire plane or something like that.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but I'm thinking if we had wings, there'd be so many new fetishes.
Oh my god, yes.
Probably a fetish would be plucking your partner's wings during sex. You know how there's wax play and stuff like that. Now you're each other's feathers.
Do you regrow the feathers? Do you think?
I think you do.
Yeah.
That brings up another point though. So if we had wings, we could they could be a thing of we could use for fashion. So people
my god, yeah.
get their wings dyed or get wing modifications.
Oh, the wing dye would be real.
If I had wings, I started out with wings with feathers, I would get a modification to turn myself into dragon wings. Dead ass.
Yeah. You get, it's like how people in real life, dye their eyeballs or get gauges in their ears or something like that.
Yeah.
Evan, I mentioned this thing that Evan said today that was the most cursed thing I'd ever heard in my life.
It's a good idea.
No, it's not. So I was talking about my ultimate creative project would be if I had infinite money and infinite actors, infinite time, I would make a telling of the second coming of Jesus in modern times where Jesus is a impoverished black dude from Philly. And Evan said that he would have gauges.
Jesus wears gauges in his stigmata.
You remembered that word term more than I did. And I'm
I also pointed out that you've just you've ended up rewriting the Avatar.
Yeah, because Evan said that because we both of these episodes we've referenced the first episode.
We had a very interesting lunch. It was a pasta lunch where we both ended up getting pasta, and we talked about religion, which is weird because last time we went to the diner we got sandwiches and ended up talking about Star Wars. So maybe it's a thing. We should just go there
next time
start eating different things on the menu and see where the conversation goes.
Yes.
We don't talk about anything. We settle on a subject. I mean, yeah, sure, that's how fucking
by accident, but it just happens. Yeah. But yeah, Evan said that Jesus would have gauges in his hands, and I'm that's cursed.
He would. Sarah, am I wrong? Modern day, Jesus is reborn and he's our age, or he's 20 to 30 right now. Somewhere in that age. Jesus has gauges in the stigmata.
Oh, I'm pretty sure he still has like some semblance of fucking. I feel like
We
he
also
still has
decided
some semblance
that
of
Jesus
grounded.
is asexual.
Well, yeah, Jesus is ace simply because
Yeah, Jesus is
the whole
ace.
thing is that Jesus is supposed to be like he's not half man, half divine. He is full man and full divine, which means that he would then, if he was fully man, have the temptations of a normal man. He would never act on them, though. Or if you're implying that Jesus didn't have these temptations, because if you ask a hardcore Catholic, hey, or like just one of those fucking evangelical people, ask them, hey, was Jesus a tits or ass man? If they're like, no, he was neither, then it's like, oh, well, then Jesus is ace. That means Jesus is LGBTQ, which means you have to accept them now. Fucking owned.
I think there's a couple leaps in logic in there, but
All sorts of leaps in logic. I don't need to explain myself. Further bulletins as events warrant. Sarah,
I'm really surprised you didn't bring up the phrase "collection of half truths and hyperboles."
That's
like
God damn it.
Like that's uncharacteristic for you
to not bring that up. Duchess, you're too kind.
Anyway, wings.
Wings.
Like the
what age?
like the show.
What age do you think we would fly? Like what
the
age?
Band. What age? Oh God, I don't know.
Do you think like when we start to walk, like we slowly gain the ability to like flap our wings?
I feel like yeah, but I don't feel like we can like fly until later. Like you might be able to flap those fuckers around, but like
it's like the first time it's like you lose your virginity, you lose your flying virginity, and then you fuck while you're flying, and then that's just the best.
How can you fuck while you're flying? You need to constantly like woof, woof, woof. And plus, okay, assuming you're doing like
somebody would build a rig for that, so you could like if you like a guy could flap his wings on top, and then the girl would be like strapped to him underneath him.
There are already rigs for that.
I know. What I'm saying is now you can fly well with that rig.
But especially if both the guy and the girl, like if they're like 1,000 feet in the air, and they're both like flapping in different directions to try to keep themselves up, while also going at it.
Oh, yeah, that's it. That's it, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
You look up one night, and there's just two guys just like going at it, and you're like, "You're in front of the moon. I need you to move, please."
Would there be lanes and stuff to avoid people flying into each other?
The moon,
because this is a question I always had in Star Wars. Like on Coruscant, everybody seems to know that like every speeder seems to know that there's a lane that they should be in.
There are only like 5 lanes in most shots, and then there's the chase scene in episode 2.
Yeah, when they're just doing whatever the
like
fuck
on
they
like
want.
Daytime shots, of course not. There's only like 5 lanes, and there's like no one in the sky.
I can picture the roads right now because I'm just picturing the Dexter Jetster scene from Attack of the Clones, which is unironically one of my favorite Star Wars scenes. I will do a whole episode on that fucking scene. I love that scene. Dexter Jetster got more characterization than Darth Maul did until the Clone Wars came around.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
man.
Sure.
But yeah, like would we have lanes for flying? Would you fly like? Would there be like air traffic control for you flying? Because it's like you don't want to. If you fly into somebody, also there's no witnesses if you fly into somebody. Oh my God, you do murders by catching somebody on the way home, flying home from work, and you just stab them in the air, and you'd have no witnesses and stuff. Could they be above it? Yeah, that's the way to commit crimes now. Oh, you could just do drug deals by flying by somebody. Wings? I would. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. I would say.
I mean, there are people in real life who are born without arms or legs. Like,
yeah, I would say at this point we're assuming that these have evolved to be like this. So there could have of course, be somebody who with that birth defect. But I would doubt it'd be a common enough thing that we'd comment on it.
Oh God, no.
Now I'm wondering if there's people who who have one wing because like the other one had to be amputated from like some shit, and so they're trying to they just can't fly, but they've got this giant wing because in our universe that we created, the wings are just massive.
You think the wings have like different like bird plumages, or are they all like what color are the wings? Does it depend on where you're from? Is it like actual bird species? Like if you're from this region, everybody has like barn owl wings or something like that.
Oh, that's a really cool thought.
And if you're from the Midwest, you have like I don't know, like Orioles.
No, Robins.
Baltimore's in Maryland. Robins. Yeah.
Also, The Baltimore Orioles, like, are there a lot of Orioles in Baltimore? All I know is the baseball team.
I would assume there are at least Orioles in the area.
There's not a lot of Cardinals in Arizona, where the Arizona Cardinals play. Find me an Eagle in Philadelphia.
Well, I don't know
I saw
that.
one, and it's like been the highlight of my life. Oh, it's cool though.
What, you've only seen one eagle ever?
I've only
dude,
ever
come
seen one
on.
bald eagle, dude. I'm a city slicker. It's not like there's eagles just flying around Center City.
Oh.
They're out there in hit country with you guys. Well, Evan's not really hit country. Evan's suburbia.
I live where you go to school. Like,
Yeah, I know. And I
live where we go to
it's like
school.
nowhere. Even though I know it's not nowhere because I've seen pictures of where Sarah lives, and that's nowhere.
It's like really common where I live. Like during the summer, you just see like bald
Get
eagles
eagle?
like flying around over the river or like that
It's
kind of
super common around here, but like you see like crows and I've seen a couple hawks around here. Speaking of hawks, love hawks. Hawks. Yeah, wings.
Hawks rhymes with cocks.
Yes.
Hawks, because okay, so a thing about Hawks. My rivals in high school, the place where DeAndre Swift went to school, there's the St. Joseph Prep Hawks, and
Okay.
the same like people as the Hawk Never Dies, like the high school, the college. It's like St. Joe Hawks. But whenever there'd be a Hawk at football practice, we'd all just stop and just be like, "They're spying on us. St. Joe Prep spying on us." One time there were two, and we just like flipped our shit. Like all like coaches are yelling at the Hawks. Like it's just I can imagine people like there was a trail next to our football field. So people would take walks next to it. I'm just imagining somebody taking a walk next to our field.
Taking walks,
Just
sucking
seeing
cocks,
us.
looking for hawks. Oh, Ram Ranch.
Dang. No, but just
18 naked cowboys and Ram Ranch.
Showers at Ram Ranch. I showed Ram Ranch to my sister
remember,
the other day.
oh
She
my
didn't get the
God.
reference. I referenced
No.
it the other day because
No.
my grandfather was talking about how his grandfather like served in World War II. He's like, yeah, they had 15 German tanks rolling over the bunker. And I turned to my sister and go, 15 German-made tanks rolling over the bunker, and she didn't know what I was referencing. So I played Ram Ranch for her, and I think it changed her life.
I probably in a bad way. Probably made it worse.
I mean, she found it funny.
But all I'm just thinking about is when Av that one night was the Ram Ranch themed.
Oh.
The party.
God, I wish I had gone to parties.
No, you don't. That was the night that I talked about where I had to go pick up. She was crying her eyes out because the
You
guy
need
she
to
was
look at
hitting
him.
on. I
That
know,
was
dude.
the
I know
night
what I'm
where
doing.
Coltrane was there, and
That was the night where I played Giant Steps. Oh, because I had the aux for 3 seconds and I instantly just put on Giant Steps because I saw Sarah across the room, and so like there's just a video of her just flipping out to Giant Steps because she's fucked up.
As I've heard, you were mega fucked up.
She
Yeah.
was fucked up.
it was pretty bad.
Or, more than slightly mildly fucked up, which is the nice way to say that.
Like,
I might just
Like, it was
you know what I
like-
should do? I should
I was-
put an image of that as the other like the pictures for this podcast should be Andy Reid with the fucking My Hero Academia shit, and the other one should just be
Well, part of me was thinking if it would be okay. Like, I think a nice one would be like Andy Reid on the left, Hawks on the right.
Well, no, I like if we make another reference in here that's good enough, we'll put the combo picture as one of them.
I don't know. It's a really messy Photoshop. I made it in like 2 minutes.
Well, you can do it better.
I think it's good enough.
Yeah, I'd also say it was pretty good anyway.
Thank you.
Say, you are strong and wise, Anakin. I'm very proud.
Oh my god.
Don't fucking.
This is the first time I busted it out on the pod.
No,
Yeah,
you bust out your Obi-Wan voice when you can't think of things to say.
I do voices when I can't think of things to say. That is my general
I know.
personality.
Oh, so then you don't have a lot of things to say around me, so you just break out in those voices.
Yeah, and you're lucky you haven't heard my most recent voice because it's a niche reference that is now popular on the internet, but it's something I've known about since I was little. Fucking Clone High has become a meme now, and one of the characters, they have JFK on the show, and
Everybody listening to this knows about JFK. I don't think you need to explain it.
what I'm saying, yeah, it's like the super aggressive Boston accent, and I'm saying I've learned that voice. Like,
Well, you
really
see
well.
the voice actor, he put a thing on Twitter. It's like if you take a picture of your early mail-in ballot and send it to him, he'll say whatever you want in a JFK voice. Part of me
You should
seriously
do
wants
that. Everybody who listens to this podcast, go vote. All of you.
Yeah, vote.
Vote.
Vote,
Vote.
fuckers. Seriously,
Fucking
vote.
vote. If you don't vote, I will personally fist you. And if you're into fisting, I won't fist you if you don't vote.
Hey, stop. If you want people to vote, you have to be nice about it.
Well, okay. If you're
Sarah,
into fisting,
encourage
and you vote, I'll fist you. All right? That's nice. Positive reinforcement.
Whatever.
Part of me really wants to
Hey.
like send him a picture of my ballot and like get him to like plug the podcast. Like y'all listening to Weeb Sports, the show.
Listen to
One of the
Weeb
intros.
Sports. Welcome to Weeb Sports, the podcast where we talk about stuff. I couldn't think of anything. I was too busy doing the voice.
You sound like you're drowning in quicksand.
That's the point.
Casey.
I'd have him do one of my intros. Like I'd just be like,
oh, I would love that. That would be amazing. We should just
I'd have him,
all do it and send it to him.
Get my doc up. Does it surprise you at all that I have a Google Doc filled with like just like
send that? I want you to send one of those to this. I want to try and do it because I want to try and
my
do
intros. No,
yeah, come on, man. Let me try it
because I want them to be a surprise.
Good point. You're good point.
Like,
Yeah,
this is the Matrix. Welcome back to Weeb Sports, the show that we promise is
not of the Matrix. We promise this is not a Big Bang Theory gag.
That voice just makes me want to off my head.
That's why I haven't done it yet, because I don't want to make you kill yourself, so I don't do that voice.
You should learn a voice that I really care about. Swagger Souls.
He couldn't do Swagger Souls.
I can't do like normal people. I have to do people who are kind of caricatures, because that's
my Swagger Souls and my are very similar. In which case, that they're both kind of just like, it's very like low and deep like this, and it's the closest that I'm gonna get.
Dude, your is really good.
Thank you.
You do the bruh thing right now.
Everybody harmonize on bruh. I can't believe we actually did that.
You know what's the worst fucking moment on social media? When it recommends one of your coworkers. It's like, oh
jeez.
So, wings.
Yeah. Do you have other questions, or is it just wings?
The band wings.
Like, okay, I'm just thinking about it. Like, so, like, imagine if your kids are like first learning to fly, but you go to the grocery store and you put them on leashes, and they're just like fucking like trying to get off the ground, and you're at the grocery store.
Like rebellious kids who are like trying to sneak out at night and they just fly through the ceiling.
Do you think you get people to like get their wings clipped as like protest or something like that? Like, this is what we do to the birds in the ocean.
Like, we have anti-maskers, we'll probably have like anti-wingers. Like,
not if like wings are as common as having arms. Like,
let's say if wings are everybody, then I don't think anti-maskers would be like that.
Yeah,
I feel like
if everyone's super, no one will be. Like,
you'd end up.
But
yeah, well, no, that's a serious line. I've always interpreted that as a very serious line.
I agree. I was saying in this context, it's usually used as a joke line. But
yes, I consider Incredibles is an incredible movie, and I meant that seriously. I fucking love that movie.
Yeah.
Also, they use the fun fact at the end of that movie.
They use the line every time they run, you take a shot.
No,
that is a line in the movie.
I know it is, but I mentioned this to Evan earlier today, and it was at the end of Infinity War where there's the end credit scene where they got Nick Fury, played by Sam Jackson, and he's in the background. Well, I had to mention that there's a helicopter crash into a building, and that exact same path of the helicopter crash was the same path that a helicopter crash took in Incredibles when Frozone, played by Samuel L. Jackson, is wondering where his supersuit is. Good Easter egg. See, now I'm just imagining, like, what would you do, like, what would be, like, would there be, like, flying units in the military of, like, dudes that would just fly around?
I feel like everybody would be part of a quote-unquote flying unit. Because, like, why run when you can fly? Especially if you've gone through basic training and you're, like, pretty buff.
Oh, my goodness. Now I'm just imagining the army crawl, but it's, like 3 feet off the ground because you have to make room for the gigantic wings.
Yeah, I mean, everything would be different if we had always had wings. Like,
yeah, I would be able to sleep in this twin bed. I mean, I can't sleep in it anyway, but it's be even tinier because I'd also have to, if I'm sleeping on my back, they have these giant wings on them. Like, yeah, everything would be different.
yes.
Would you make shirts with holes in them, or would you just kind of be accustomed to being shirtless? Would people wear shirts?
No, shirts with holes in them.
Shirts with holes in the back. All right.
Yeah.
You probably clip.
What do you?
You probably clip your shirts like on the top, like or on the neck, and then underneath your wings. You'd probably do that. Like you'd have like a clip there or like a button so that you
I mean, I
wouldn't
think
be
you
like
could just have holes. It would just be like you'd have to have. I would assume that there would be kind of general categories of like where the wings were on your back. So you could generally find like holes that lined up with your wings.
I guess. I just think that what they would do is because you'd think if you're pulling a shirt overhead, even if it's got holes, you'd still have to put the wings through your shirt.
Yeah, but I'm
And
assuming
through
you
the
have
neck
some sort
hole?
of control over the wings.
Well,
So you can
yeah,
kind of
but
just like
I
tuck
don't
them
know if
in.
they'd fit in a neck hole, even if you have control over them.
Might have to have bigger neck holes.
Well, I can give you a neck hole if you know what I'm saying. I don't know what
I
that
don't.
meant. I don't know what that meant at all.
Oh.
Absolutely no idea what I meant by that.
Guys, what do you think your wings would look like?
Probably like wings.
You son of a bitch.
Did you
I
not
don't know.
say that?
Probably like I don't know, like barn owl wings. I don't know. I've never thought about.
I think mine. I would get a modification to look like a fucking dragon, and it'd be great.
Yes.
Dude, I just like get a modification. I don't know like how much you'd be able to mod the wings, because like you'd have to put like a coat over the wings to make them like, because if they're by the way, if their wings as if they're in like the bird kind of way, then there's bones and stuff back there. They'd get cold. Like when we have coats that have wings on them, that we'd be able to have
My
wing
logic
coats.
is like if in real life we can tattoo people's eyeballs,
We
modding
can.
wings isn't going to be like yeah,
Well,
you
I don't
can
think
tattoo
you'd be able to make
someone's
them instead of being wings as of a bird, they'd be able to make them wings of a dragon. I feel like that'd be a bit much, but if it was possible, it'd be cool as fuck.
Yeah, probably just be cosmetic.
Yeah, but how would you do that? I'm trying to think like how cosmetically do you paint feathers to look like scales?
You pluck out the feathers.
Yeah, it's like dyeing your hair. Like you just dye the roots.
Yeah, I guess makes sense. All right, now I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it a bit.
See, what do you think your wings would look like?
I don't know. I don't know if I'd mod my wings necessarily, but I do think now that you're asking, like, what do people's wings look like, because it'd be different for each person. I'm just specifically thinking about like a possibility where it's like a woman gives birth to a child and it's like 12 years later and they're going through puberty and their wings grow out and they look exactly like the mailman's wings instead of the husband's wings. It's just like, honey,
Oh
honey,
my
you have an explaining to
god.
do. The mailman and the guy look kind of similar. So like the guy is like, all right, so this is my kid. But then the wings come out, and the mailman's got these beautiful white wings, and he's got like some shitty brown wings. And it's just like the kid's got white wings, and it's like, honey, the fuck is this?
Honey, you're dead.
Honey,
Well,
let's go fucking have a duel where we all fly around outside. Also, actually, no, I realized I make my wings look like Angel from, hold on, is it X-Men Origins Wolverine? The one where they first show Angel and he looks like sick. He's got big ass white wings. That's what I'm picturing when I think of these wings. Hold on, I'm gonna send a picture of Angel. I
I
actually
mean,
think
my
that,
ideal wings are just like Hawks' wings. Like, I just think those things look cool. I just think Hawks is cool. But if we're going realistic and I can't have blood red wings that are also swords, I guess
yeah, I
I'll
mean,
settle
like
for
that,
normal ass barn owl wings.
hold on.
Yeah.
There it is. This is what my wings why I would want
I
them
feel
to
like we
look
should just call this episode like, yeah, so wings.
like. Yeah, so wings.
yeah,
Yeah,
man.
fucking
That
Angel
looks like
from
a
like,
screenshot from a Justin Timberlake music video.
okay, it
Yeah,
really
like a
does.
boy
But
band.
it's also because it was an early 2000s X-Men movie, and that's what they looked like.
You
Like
do you have
movies
to
in your
wash the wings like you wash your hair, like and your wings get all greasy and shit if you don't wash them?
oh god, you definitely see like neck-bearded dudes with like greasy ass wings.
Yeah.
Ew.
They got like crow wings,
Oh my god. Oh god, that'd be disgusting.
like seagull wings.
I'd want my wings to be black all the way through or white all the way through. I just want like expressive wings.
Here's the thing, though. So, like birds, like actual birds, like on the wings, they have oils and stuff on their wings to waterproof. the wings so they
Yeah.
can fly. So like I think like yeah, your wings can get dirty, but you have to have some kind of oil back there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Yeah, I can get behind that.
Oil. Sorry. Just like,
Oil
oil.
slipped in your draw there.
Yeah. See, I have one directly at you. Are you ready for this question?
Oh, geez,
Okay.
what?
This is in your department.
Oh, geez.
Think of a brand new sport that would feature us with wings. Can you think of a brand new
Way
sport?
better. Quidditch, but way better, and no transphobia involved in any
Calvin ball.
production. Okay, Calvin ball, yes.
I win.
I was thinking, like, just in general, you could do a lot with it. I think there would still be a lot of non-wing based sports, but they would all be kind of weird.
Yeah.
But I also think that a lot of sports that we have already will probably still exist in some way. I think honestly, now that I think about it, I think basketball would be a sport that people will come up with before soccer, and here's why. Because soccer is like the ubiquitous sport. You put a hole in the ground. This is where you kick the ball, and then you kick a ball.
Basketball is the same thing, but this time you have wings, so you can go higher.
But the thing is that like people wouldn't be enthralled with kicking a ball because like we're not going to spend a lot of time on the ground, especially like if like old time people were very skinny by almost pretty much everybody because there wasn't a lot of food around. We weren't mass producing food like we do now, so there'd be more flying in the past. That would be a news story. Less percentage of the population is flying than in the last.
Are millennials killing the aerosports industry?
Okay, I want to rate that article right now. That's goddamn gold. But I think
that title material
first we'll come down to so wings or are millennials killing the aerosports industry? And I think that those are two excellent titles. But
I feel like also you get like I'm picturing like medieval torture devices like guillotines that just like clip your wings and shit like that.
Well, I was thinking
immediately dark, but like
you need 2 more horses to draw and quarter somebody because you'd also want to pull their wings off.
Yeah, or that like you just pull their wings off. Like
you'd need 2 more horses. Like, dude, what are we gonna do? What if like there's like a
draw
chain reaction?
Sextuple them.
Yeah, like drawn sextuple. Yeah, we drawn sextuple. Like that's not as cool.
No,
it's nowhere near as cool as drawn quartered.
You have no idea how long it took me to realize that drawn and quartered literally meant being torn apart by horses. Like you hear it all the time. It's like you should be drawn and quartered. I'm like, okay, that's probably like an old timey punishment. And then I looked into it. I'm like, wait, what the fuck? Like,
yeah, it's brutal, dog. Like they go at your ass. No, they don't. They
go away from your ass. And everything else. The bad part.
Sarah, don't mock my speech patterns, okay? You're funny.
I didn't. I said I couldn't even imagine that. That's all I said.
I heard. Oh, they go at your ass. I was like, that's what I said, but in a mocking tone. I was worried.
That was not me.
I apologize. It is all right.
Hey, you fucking better.
I did already. I already did apologize.
Okay.
Yeah, so wings.
So wings.
So wings. Man. I think that like once again, sports wise, it'd be really cool. I think that a sport like Quidditch would definitely exist. I would once again imagine there'd be no transphobia at any point in the production, like there was for Quidditch. Yeah, we don't support her on the
fuck J.K. Rowling.
We don't support her on
That's the official stance of the show. Fuck you, J.K. Rowling. If you're listening to this,
her show has a bunch
of No, it doesn't.
Blue raspberry you. What?
That's a public persona. We don't need to lick that name.
I know. I said we don't even need to lick it.
Okay,
we can say J.K. Rowling.
Yeah, we don't have to do Swagger Souls, but I'm gonna have to lick. Because you mentioned him earlier as well.
Yes. You might want to talk to Cassidy about licking her.
I already texted her. I already texted her. Went, hey, we use your name on the podcast. Can we keep it there? Or should we censor it?
She rolls her eyes. She's like, stop texting me.
Never me again. She says, please never speak to me again. And so then I send her a video of me playing Jump by Van Halen on the piano, and then she blocks me and never speaks to me again.
I get up.
Because I have wings.
Because I have wings. It works in the time.
Oh, I know.
Bruh.
Everybody harmonize on bruh.
Bruh.
We picked half steps apart from each other, Evan.
See, I was thinking we would do a triad.
I know, but I because I'm later than you, I started singing, and then I heard you a moment later start singing, and we both picked pitches half a step apart from each other. And now I feel in pain. But not by Wings though, because Wings would be cool. I'm thinking right now I'm laying on my back. We wouldn't do this. Yes, I'm very official for this podcast. I'm laying on my ass. But
Yeah.
we wouldn't.
I'm laying on my back.
Evan, lay on your back. Continuity.
No, I'm sitting in a chair.
Disappointing.
Just a Blue song.
Who did? Oh, I'll go listen to that.
It's called Demons.
Is he
not called
public enough
Wings.
that we lick his name? Or no?
Let's lick his name.
All right. Our unnamed friend dropped a song called Demons.
I mean, well, that's just more obvious. We probably also should not say the name of this. We're probably fine saying the name of the song.
Yeah, that's why I said it like that, because it's like it's not exposing anybody's personal information. It's just only talking about stuff that he's already made public by dropping a song.
Yeah, cool. Is there anything else? Or are we?
Honestly, not that I can think of.
That's all you got
To
on
be
the
honest.
wings topic?
Yeah, like
Okay, well, how about chicken wings? What do we all think about chicken wings? They cool?
chicken wings.
Hell
Oh
yeah,
my
wings.
god, I love fried
Sarah
chicken.
started a motorcycle on this podcast.
Oh, bro, I want to go. I want to get wings. I want to get hot wings and get blue
You want to
cheese.
go to Applebee's?
Applebee's.
Apple peas.
I fucking love Applebee's. Oh, you want
I
to
don't
hear?
think I've ever been to Applebee's.
You need to hear this story right now. Okay.
Okay.
So, was it last year for my birthday, or was it the year? It was my freshman year. So it was 2 years ago when I was turning 19. My family came
Remember.
down here to college, and we went to Applebee's together. And I went to order, and I was gonna say spinach and artichoke dip, but I looked the waiter straight in the face and said spinach and artichoke dick. And my entire family was there, like my brother,
no.
kids, and like
Y'all be ordering spinach and artichoke dip. I be ordering spinach and artichoke dick.
Dick.
it was really bad.
Artichoke this dick.
Applebee's, please sponsor us because I love you.
Artichoke this dick.
Give me the Applebee's money.
Can we please go to Applebee's sometime? Like
We got to record an episode of
absolutely.
this podcast after.
I haven't been out to eat like in an actual restaurant in like a long time.
Is there an Applebee's in town?
Yeah, it's right down by where I
didn't know.
live. Yeah.
Oh, cool. We should drive out there one night.
Heck yeah.
Hell yeah.
We should do it after I turn 21, so that way you guys can drive me home and I can get sloshed.
Yes.
Evan, we can pretend you're 21. You can get smashed, and then I'll drive you guys both back to wherever you are.
I'm definitely going to need to drive home after that, though.
Why? I can just get you.
My parents are going to be like, what the fuck?
I have the longest commute of any of you guys, so it makes sense that I drive.
We can argue the specifics of the Applebee's trip later.
You're telling me that
Sarah, you got your lined
the
up?
main point of this podcast? Is that what you're telling me right now?
What are you saying?
Saying that Applebee's isn't the point of why we're talking right now? That's cap. Caplebee's.
Just take me to Applebee's. I was telling, okay, take this. This won't be in the podcast, but I was telling Casey that she told me that she was gonna have me dress up really nice and take me to Applebee's sometime.
Yeah, you told me about this, so you can feel
but, like,
special.
it hasn't happened, and big sad boy hours.
I said,
Take me to Applebee's. I'll worship like a dog at the side of your life. I'll tell you my sin.
Okay.
I'll tell you my sins, and you can sharpen your knife.
Jesus.
It's Hosier. I played you that record.
I know the song, dude. You don't
take me to
I've
Applebee's.
seen Hosier in person, okay?
Take me to Applebee's. I'll worship like a dog at the shrine of your light. I'll tell you my sins, and you can sharpen your knife.
I like knives.
Yes. You got an outro lined up? I'm not
Yeah,
trying to
I guess I should do an outro. I haven't really thought about this. It's like whatever. Okay, I guess I can just try it.
Yeah, just try it.
You can do
So,
it.
like, yeah, like, we talked about wings today. I think that was pretty cool.
Hell yeah.
So, this is your boy, Skinny Penis. No, JK, it's just me, Sarah.
I'm the base
AKA large penis.
And
Sarah-
today
Sarah got
I was
fat
joined
ass
by Evan
Yo.
and Casey.
skinny fucking penis.
I almost referred to you as bitch face, but then I decided not to.
You started the podcast by referring to our audience as bitch face. So that was confusing.
It's gonna be like, what, me?
But yeah, like, so this was the Weeb Sports Podcast, and join us next time for whatever the hell Evan wants to talk about.
I'm hosting, and it's the Cowboy Bebop episode.
Oh,
I'm
hell
saying
yeah.
that out loud so I can hold Casey to actually watching the fucking
Nope,
show.
I can cut it out. I can cut it out. I
No,
hold
I'm
the
the
power.
I have the master audio files here.
God damn it! You also have you also have the same information I do. But and by the time I
Yeah.
release this episode, it'll definitely be after I've seen Cowboy Bebop. So because
Yeah.
we're releasing this episode in
Like a week from now, at
like,
least.
a week.
Like
Hold on,
next
1, 2,
Tuesday.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 days. I have 11 days to watch 13 hours of content to make sure that I watch Cowboy Bebop before this episode comes out. But I also want to do it before that so we can record the next time we can record.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, tune in next time to hear us talk about Cowboy Bebop.
Hell fucking
Yeah.
For listening. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, fuckers.